take it, what to do, and everything. And by the end of this webinar, you will know how important this is. I will try to reveal the scripture part. I will also give you the modern outlook towards how useful Amla is. I will also talk about what age groups, how it can be taken, and how complete the fruit it is, and why it is given so much of importance in Ayurveda. So let me go to the next slide. Am I audible? If you can just put it in the chat box. I'm sorry, I'm asking after it has started. Somebody, if you can just put it in the chat box whether I'm audible, or unmute and tell me. Just a second. Okay, great. So this is a Amla Superfood Masterclass, as I've said, and I'm Dr. Satyadeepa here. There are many people who know me personally. Thank you for joining all of my friends, and there are people who do not know me, and for that I want to, for all of them, I want to tell you that I'm an Ayurvedic doctor practicing pure Ayurveda since last 23 plus years, and I specialize in gut health, and Amla comes under a superfood which takes care of your complete gut health, right? So here, why I'm trying to do this webinar is because Amla gives you lot of what do you say benefits, and few of them are what you will be learning is you will be learning about better immunity, stronger digestion, natural energy, clearer skin and hair, and Ayurveda made simple. How all of this can be done, and in all these categories that I have told, each one I will keep explaining slowly in detail, and I'll try to explain it in the most easy possible language. Yes, and today you will learn how one fruit can transform your life. We feel that so many medicines and supplements are available in the shops today. For every simple thing, B12 there is one supplement, for D there's one supplement, for general health there's one supplement, for calcium one supplement. We believe that just popping in pills will take care of our health. But believe me, that doesn't happen. It's most of the times, once your gut is taken care, a simple fruit like amla will give you complete nutrition. Yes, that's actually, it looks wonderful. It looks sometimes imaginable too, but then that's real. And I'll tell you how it is done, right? So, why this webinar? You must have seen off late, there are many health challenges which are happening, and the most common is common fatigue. Okay, let me stop sharing here so that we can discuss a bit more about this. Yes. Uh, have you heard about Samantha, the heroine, the Telugu or the Tollywood heroine? Of course, she's there in the Bollywood also, who came into the news for her health issues. I hope you have heard about it. Yes, yes. Samson, if you can name yourself, I don't know who you are, I'm sorry. But then, yes, hi. So, Samantha, the heroine, she had this chronic myalgia. Myalgia is severe body pains, unexplained body pains. She didn't know why it was happening, and she took a long break. And you must have seen many people around yourself, or maybe you yourself must be suffering, like, why this sickness has happened, or that those energy levels just keep dipping, why that is happening, and you don't have any answer. You go to the doctor, they advise you a lot of tests, everything is done, your blood tests are normal, your B12 is normal, D3 is normal, or maybe other things are normal, but every second report of B12, every second person who come to us come with a report saying that B12 levels are low. Why all this is happening? That is all we have to understand. That may be because of the food habits, that may be because of the lifestyle, that also may be because of the, what you say, food or the surroundings that we have. The climatic changes have a lot of influence on us. So all these factors are causing so many issues. So let me again present my screen to you. Yes. Yeah, so these are the most common problems nowadays. Chronic fatigue is one issue. As I said, bloating and acidity has become a real big problem nowadays. And believe me, I took this opportunity of starting this, awareness sessions on gut health. And there are many people who are here who have been under my care for that. And stress and anxiety is one issue again, which everybody is suffering with. Right from small children to bigger, I mean, elderly people, everybody. Initially, the stress was only limited to elderly people, but nowadays it has been limited only, even small children are suffering because of that. One second, chat. Yes. Weak immunity is one problem. Hair fall and skin dullness, believe me, everybody, almost 80% of the population who come to the clinic come with these complaints also. Hair fall, skin dullness, weak immunity, many of them. So, in this webinar, I'm going to talk about how it can be dealt with and how it can be dealt with this particular fruit. So, here in this slide, if you can see, Ayurveda asked one question. Anytime a patient comes to me or to any Ayurvedic doctor, we ask about how strong is your Agni. Agni is nothing but the digestive fire. And so, Rogaha Sarve Api Mandigno is a very famous quotation in Ayurveda which talks about um your whole health or your total immunity depends on the quality of the Agni or the digestive capacity. See, believe me, there are people who take all possible good quality of food, or they take the best organic foods, or the best supplements, or they do the all the best possible exercise and everything. Yet they suffer. That is because if your Agni is weak, and even if you take the best quality of food, sometimes the metabolism or the digestion doesn't happen and the absorption fails, or very less amount of nutrition is absorbed, which causes all these kind of nutritional deficiencies, and in turn, all the above diseases or the conditions that I have mentioned. So, Ayurveda gives a lot of importance to the Agni or your metabolism. Yes. So, am I clear here till now? Just put in the chat box if you can, if you're able to understand what I'm trying to tell you. Anybody all clear till now? Yes, yes, yes. Shruti, hi. Hi, Shruti. Hi, Bhargavi. Hi, everyone who is there in the chat, yeah, in the webinar. Thank you. Okay. So now, before we start off with, let me elaborate. Everybody has heard about Amla, its vitamin C, about its antioxidant qualities and everything. But as an Ayurvedic doctor, I feel it's my responsibility to tell you about the uh, traditional references along with the references in the scripture, references in the spiritual zone, along with that the scientific and the modern aspect. So let me start with the Vedic era where it has been mentioned. Amalaki Rasayanam is a very, very, very common quotation and one of the best quotation. Rasayanam is a word which says that it means that it rejuvenates your body. Now you'll ask me, what is rejuvenation? So I'm sure you must have heard about antioxidants or curcumin being one of the best antioxidants, or even during COVID, we must have seen take a lot of vitamin C. That's a rich antioxidant which will improve your immunity. Similarly, Rasayana means it takes care of all of your tissues and maintains good health. Yes. So among the Rasayana drugs, Amalaki or the Amla is the supreme drug. Now, let me elaborate a bit and tell you why it is considered so. Yes, because uh, Ayurveda speaks that every food should be pancharasa, means it should have Shadarasa. That is Madhura Amla Lavana Kattu Tikta Kashaya. I know this may sound a bit, Sanskrit kind of a thing. But according to Ayurveda, our diet should be balanced diet. And our definition of balanced diet doesn't mean that you should be having proteins or carbs or starch or fats and all these kinds of elements. But Ayurveda talks about balanced diet in terms of shadrasas, that is six tastes. All of us are aware that every food or all our taste buds, six tastes we can identify. Madhura is the sweet, Amla is the sour taste, Lavana is the salty taste, Katu is the pungent taste, Tikta is the bitter taste, Kashaya is the astringent taste. So any food which has got all these rasas becomes the best food according to Ayurveda. So when we take a meal or a diet, it should be having all these six tastes. And the best part of Amla is Amla has pancharasa, means it has got five tastes except the lavana, that is the salt. If you can just bite a piece of Amla, the first taste that you feel is sour, right? And once you start chewing it, after that, if you just take a sip of water, you will realize that there's a nice sweet taste in the mouth, right? That is again Madhura. Lavana is not there. Kattu Tikta Kashaya in mild quantity is there. So when you take a large quantity of Amla, you can actually feel the astringent taste. It creates a kind of heaviness in the throat, right? So that is Kashaya ras. So when that's why imagine one single fruit having all the five tastes, it will have multiple benefits. That's why we call it a complete food. And let me see, you can put it in the chat box and tell me if you have any other little bit of information about what is that one more other, what do you say, food ingredient which has got five tastes. Put it in the chat box. I'll just see anybody else knows about it. There's one more other fruit which talks about not fruit, it's a food ingredient which has got one single food which has got pancharasas. No, Shrutiji, not lemon. No, lemon doesn't have sweet. Actually, that is not the pancharasas. Anybody else? Bottle guard? No. No. Okay, let me answer. Garlic. Are you shocked? Yes, garlic has pancharasa. That also comes under the Rasayana group. That is also got pancharasa. That's why that even only spiritual aspirants avoid garlic, but Ayurveda does promote a lot of garlic and garlic preparations, and especially that becomes a part of our food or a part of our kitchen, where every food is added with garlic because that has got so much of importance. But of course, in moderation, everything comes with a what you say condition. Similarly, amla or your garlic also comes with a condition. So these are the two in what you say food items which have got pancharasa and are supreme. That's why even Ayurveda talks that every meal of yours should be having madhura, and we always talk about food being starting the meal with your sweet. Madhura, Amla, Lavana, Kattu, Tikta, Kashaya. Means you first start with a sweet. Usually, what we do in the modern trend is we end the meal with a dessert, right? Which is a mistake. Ayurveda has given a proper sequence of having food, and there it says that you should be having sweet first, then the amla, that is the pickle or anything that we usually start our food with, amla, lavana, kattu, tikta, kashaya. That is how things go on. So you can try to follow this sequence of food, and it really helps. Yes. So there are few more references of Amalaki. As in Charaka, it has come multiple times in form of Vayasthapana. Here I have not written, but I have written the English translation of it in the slide, which is called as the anti-aging support. Vaya sthapana. Vaya is the age, and sthapana means stabilizing it. So Amla is one of the most supreme drug in anti-aging. Okay, in Bhava Prakash, it is considered as the best fruit which gives you intelligence, which gives you longevity. It also uh, maintains all the balance of the three doshas. In Ashtanga Hridaya, Ashtanga Hridaya, Charaka, Bhavaprakash, all these are the biggest text in Ayurveda. So Ashtanga Hridaya says that Amla is basically a very good drug which will support all the body tissues, all the Sapta Dhatus. And also there's a reference of Amla which talks about Chakshusha, means it's a very, very, very good drug for your eyes. So olden the other day when I was doing my research on this Amla, so I came in touch with many, many people. My friend's mother, I spoke to her regarding the traditional usage of Amla, and she was telling me her mother-in-law survived till the age of 100 and she had one constant habit throughout her life, and she used to have Amla every day, irrespective of the day, time, season, anything. All the 365 days till the day she died. And not in any other form, like it can be just even taken in a very small quantity like a pickle, or many ways, many areas people store Amla in this salt and just keep it aside and just take a small piece of it and consume. Many people, after I spoke about this, I discussed with many friends, then they spoke to their grandparents, and everybody has mentioned the usage of Amla, which was very, very common in those particular days. And this opportunity I have taken just to show the importance of Amla to everybody, how good it is and how useful it is to all of us. So it balances the three doshas, as I said. Ashtanga Hridaya talks about it. Doshas are nothing but the three elements on which Ayurveda depends. Vata, Pitta, Kapha. Again, these are the heavy words or Sanskrit words of Ayurveda, but the whole Ayurveda is totally dependent on these three doshas. And any kind of imbalance in these three doshas cause the disease, but balance of all the three doshas can cause health. Amla also is one of the best immunomodulator, or enhances your immunity and also supports longevity. Okay. Many people think, okay, Ayurveda is a very outdated science, and it's a very ancient science which may not be up to date to this particular day. There are so many changes that have happened, and all these rules may not be applicable. But then, you have to understand many things here have strongly even been confirmed by the modern science, especially the vitamin C, the highest source of vitamin C Amla has. And okay, let me stop my screen here. You can actually unmute and tell me what is your take on the vitamin C and what you think are the richest sources of vitamin C. You can put it in the chat box or unmute and tell me what you think vitamin C is responsible for. Let us not make it so boring, wherein only I talk and you listen. Let us be, because it's a nice Sunday discussion. Let it be like a proper discussion. Yes. Anybody wants to talk, please unmute and tell me what is your take on vitamin C. And then I will tell you. Okay, let me ask a question here to be more specific. What do you think is more rich in vitamin C, whether it is the lemon or the orange or the amla? You can just put it in the chat box or unmute and tell me. Okay, Nanda Devi ji says, okay, just let me see. Okay. Amla is rich in vitamin C. Exactly. Valiji is also saying amla. And anybody else? Which is the richest source? But are we using amla as common as lemon? Now that you are answering here. Yes. No. Nanda Devi ji is saying no for what? Yeah. Bhargavi is saying no, yes, we are not using Amla. What has happened is we have just because so much of social media has been telling us that Amla, what do you say? Sorry, lemon is the richest source of vitamin C, and we should be just using that. That's why we have been amply using it, irrespective of our age or weight or understanding whether it is helping us. We're not trying to identify that. But what we're trying to do is just because everybody says and everybody it is there in the social media, we have been using lemon on the highest quantity. But then believe me, if I have to say, amla, 100 grams of amla gives you almost 600 mg, 600 to 700 mg of vitamin C, whereas the same lemon will give you just 53 mg of vitamin C. And if I have to talk about orange, even orange gives you around 60 to 70 mg of vitamin C, the same 100 grams of orange and amla if you compare. So imagine this simple superfruit, which has been the most neglected thing, or we keep it more into spirituality. Ki, हाँ भाई चलो, just the season is come. We do Amla Ekadashi, we sit under the Amla tree, but we do not have Amla. The funniest part is I had been to a Vanabhojanam considering the Kartika Masam, or the month of Kartika. I had been for a lunch and I observed everybody, because of the culture, has been sitting under a Amla tree and having the food, but hardly anybody was eating the Amla fruit. Believe me, all these seasonal fruits or seasonal customaries have a total scientific backing. And in the whole, now that if your Kartik Masam is gone, doesn't mean that you should not be having Amla. But now also, till Feb, till February, the next 2026 February, till the fresh Amla is there, you can continuously, regularly have it in different forms that I'm going to explain. Yes, now let me share with you my screen. Okay. So now, as I told you, highest source of vitamin C is Amla. Antioxidant is a very common trendy name that is there, and we say, "Are this particular food has got rich and it's a very good antioxidant." You must have seen, to improve your immunity, you have to have very good antioxidant. But we are not very clear on how it's helping us, or how it's actually helping us to improve our health. But believe me, antioxidant, that particular term, is nothing but um, the richest, whatever free radicals are there. Okay, again, it is going to become a little heavy or more scientific in what I'm speaking, but let me make it very, very easy. Um, Amla, or all citric fruits or whatever food that we take, some foods are very, very rich antioxidants and some are not. Like, if I have to say in very easy language, if I have to consider a fruit and if I have to compare it with a junk food, believe me, the junk food will be more harmful because then it creates more free radicals, which is responsible for causing more health damage. Rather, the fruits and the healthy food, and especially the amla that we are talking about, the richest source of antioxidant. It gives the highest immunity. Amla also is a very, very good anti-inflammatory. Now, what is anti-inflammatory is nothing but there's some kind of reaction that is happening in the body. Now, there are people who wake up in the morning very tired, with body pains, with edema, or poor gut health, or very, what do you say, disturbed mindset, or irritable, low mood, and all these. In such condition, there is a lot of inflammation happening in the body. Okay, sometimes we feel our weight is increasing. This is also a symptom of inflammation. But when your health is good, when your gut health is good, and when we take support of such kind of fruits or food forms, it is a very, very good anti-inflammatory action. So it brings down some kind of reaction in the body, which will actually make you more healthy. Also, believe me, amla is a very good, what do you say, drug to control your blood sugar levels also. Scientific studies have been done which talks about insulin sensitivity, where there are people who have used amla for more than 15 days, 20 days, and 1 month continuously in different forms. Of course, you have to consult a doctor for that, and then use the amla regularly. And it is seen that your fasting sugar levels have come down. So it actually improves your insulin sensitivity. So takes care of your sugar condition, especially people who are just in borderline diabetic conditions, where it's just, who have been just diagnosed ki, haan, abhi the what do you say, HbA1c is just 6 or 5.5, and the doctor has warned you that your HbA1c is high, so you are on a borderline diabetes. In such conditions, in Ayurveda, we have few preparations called Nisha Amalaki, where we use haldi and amla preparation. One of the most popular and the best drugs. In my practice, I have used this drug in many patients and advised amla regularly according to different body types, and we have got wonderful results. Now, amla is also a very good drug which will help in liver detox. As I've always spoken about gut health, and gut health starts with a very good health of your liver condition. So once your liver is fine, your metabolism improves. Once your metabolism improves, your immunity and health improves. So in such conditions, the properties of amla, which is there, it also helps in building up the tissues in your liver. Especially people nowadays, if you have seen, have grade 1 and grade 2 fatty liver has become very common. But amla, if consumed regularly, of course, with the other lifestyle changes and other what do you say, meditation techniques and all, it can be properly taken care of. Amla also has a good property to take care of your gut lining. We have seen that there is a lot of bacteria present in our gut, which is responsible for digestion. People are using a lot of probiotics, synthetic probiotics, or we very well know the usage of buttermilk that we do. But believe me, even amla is responsible to improve your gut health. There are many people who say, let me depend only on probiotics. But believe me, using regularly the amla in proper quantity according to your body type will take care of your gut lining also. So, the next slide. This is a very important slide that I want to talk to you all about, which talks about gut mind connection. Believe me, most of the time, uh, what happens in the tummy or what happens in the gut is reflected on your mind. And what happens in the mind is indirectly influencing your gut. So let me just give you a very small example. Say now you have to do a presentation, or you have to attend a meeting or an interview, or maybe children who have to go for an exam. Especially in small children, you must have noticed the moment they have to go for an exam, they'll say, Mama, I don't want to go for the exam because it's like, I have some stomach upset. Maybe because they're not prepared or they are scared. Or when they are very hungry and they get very good meal, they're mentally so happy. Not only in kids it is seen commonly because they're very expressive, but even in us, we must have noticed that when our digestion is fine, when we have had proper food and everything, our mind becomes very happy. And when our mind is happy, again it turn influences the gut. So stress increases your acidity and digestion problem, which causes poor digestion, anxiety, and mood swings. So in Ayurveda, gut health is equal to mental health. This was told years ago, but then now it is validated by the modern science also. Even now, allopathy doctors are talking about that gut health should be taken care of. So yes, so that's it. And how this connection can be done, and how amla has an influence on your gut and in turn on your mind, I will explain in the coming slides. So now, because it's a very short session that we have here, almost 40 minutes is already over. So let me hurry and just talk to you how amla can be taken daily. Now, till now, I have been telling you how amla is good. In every way, it is one of the best fruits. So you may be having question how to use it. There is so much of information across the social media, which is sometimes very confusing. People say amla in raw form is best. Some people say amla in dry form is the best. Some people say it should be taken, it is causes acidity and all that. But here in this particular slide, I'm going to tell you how it can be taken and how, according to different body types, it can be done.
ఏం
Sorry.
లేదు పోయా నువ్వు రానన్నావు కదా ఏం చెప్పు తెలియదు
Yeah. So raw amla with honey, especially children or even we, when we just bite a piece of amla, it is so sour. So we feel, yeah, itna khatta, when it is so sour, I can't have it. Most of the time, many people have tooth sensitivity for which they avoid eating amla. So in such conditions, what you can do is just make small, small pieces of amla and have it along with honey. Even in children, we can give this. We can advise children to take raw amla with honey. You can take amla powder, just half teaspoon to 1 teaspoon according to your body type. Especially now that amla season is there, raw form of amla is the best, or shots or juice form of amla is best. But in times like maybe after February, once the amla season is over, after that, you can start taking the powder form. Fresh amla juice is also very, very good. Very trendy reels are there on the social media which talks about you can prepare juice, just the short cups you can add amla along with honey, little bit of pepper, ginger, and haldi. Actually, this is a good combination. Very good combination, but should be taken in very little quantity, maybe just 15 ml. You can just take one small amla, just crush it, remove the seed, add very small piece of raw haldi, small piece of ginger, just two peppercorns, okay, and maybe a little bit of curry leaves to that. Just grind it, add little water, remove the juice, add little honey to taste if you want to, and consume that in the morning. But be careful. I mean, people who are acidic or who feel very acidic or already have burning sensation in the tummy, they can avoid this form. Rather, people having acidity related issues, initially when it's in a flared up condition, don't take the juice form. Rather, go for murabbas or the dried amla candies, which are sweet in nature. Because sweet in nature things will actually calm down the pitta. So that can be taken. Amla tea can be made. People, especially in the evening, many of us, we are so used to drinking tea, coffee, अरे चलो chai time हो गया, coffee time हो गया, and then we go and have tea and coffee. Instead of that, what you can do is in the evening, just take a small cup of water, add just half teaspoon of amla powder, just bring it to boil, okay, and then filter it. And once it is little lukewarm, you can just add little honey to that and consume it. It's really quite tasty. Very, very tasty. So amla tea is one option. Amla candy or the murabba, like it can be stored with sugar syrup. Many people are of the option that they don't want to use sugar, so they can make it with jaggery. Or the best option is make it with mishri. Okay, mishri is the hardened sugar cubes that we use. That is comparatively a better option where there's a proper preparation where amla can, when first steamed and then boiled in the sugar syrup, can be actually stored for 1 year and can be consumed. Now, here I'm going to talk about amla oil massage. There are many patients who come to me and say, Doctor, I have a lot of hair, graying of hair issues or hair fall issues, and I have tried all possible Ayurvedic oils. Nothing suited me. Rather, my hair fall has exaggerated. So, in such conditions, people who have early graying of hair, as you must have seen your kids of 8 years or 10 years or 12 years or 15 years has started with graying of hair. In such conditions, amla oil is very, very useful. And the recipe or the method is very, very easy. You have to just take a pan or maybe an iron vessel, add coconut oil or til oil, add raw amla if possible. If it is not possible, if you don't have it, you can just add the amla powder. Boil it well. In the same, you can add few methi seeds also and a little bit of bhringaraj powder if you want to. If not, that can be avoided. Just the home is amla raw form, juice form, or powder form. Bring it to boil Then just keep it aside. Once it cools down, you can filter the powder form and just use the oil form. Regularly apply, and you will see a lot of change. Nothing happens in a day's time. So use it regularly for 40 days, 50 days, and you will see the change in dandruff or early graying and hair fall, especially with the Prakriti people, right? And you can actually follow this seasonal amla routine where generally everybody in the morning is advised to eat a raw amla properly. If you're not able to, you can just have the powder. Now, I want to just excuse me. Now, Ayurveda is very specific. It says not one size fits all. Okay. Now we go to a shop. There is small, medium, large, extra large, all these kinds of sizes are there. So one size will not fit everyone. Similarly, even if amla is one of the best food, still it suits everyone, but the way it is taken, it has to be taken, has to be changed. Now, there are people, Vata body types. Vata body types is nothing but people who have wind element in, higher quantity. Such body types who are very lean and thin, whose hunger is variable, dry body type, dry hair. In such cases, Vata body types have to consume this amla powder or raw amla with sesame oil. Because already the body is very dry. Vata is nothing but the wind element, which you can compare in the outside world, which is there in the body too. So when you're a Vata dominant person, always take half teaspoon of amla powder in the morning along with half teaspoon of sesame oil or nuvul nune or the til oil. Consume it and then take a warm cup of water. If you are a pitta body type, more into acidic nature, or who has people who have a lot of acid issues, even if they take very normal food, or who are like lion, short, temperamental, red in color, early graying of hair, all these are pitta body types. Such people can take amla powder with ghee. Just half teaspoon of amla, add half teaspoon of ghee to that. Early morning, consume it on the empty stomach, and then drink a cup of warm water. Kapha body types are nothing but the water element. There is a dominance of water element in the body. They're more like elephants, heavy, lazy, smart, fair, good looking, thick hair. All these are the qualities of the Kapha dominant people. In such conditions, they can take this amla with honey. That's the best way because kapha body types have more of cold cough related issues. So in such conditions, you can take amla powder or amla raw amla along with honey. And if I if say there are people who come and tell me, doctor, I cannot take any of this and it troubles me. Best thing is take it with normal water also, not the cold water. Amla cannot be taken with cold water. I'll talk about the contraindications too in the coming slides. What we say is always take it with warm water, right? So these are the practical ways and the different methods of how it can be taken. Now, the last sentence that is there on my slide, if you can see, consistency matters more than the quantity. We are so focused, we start off for day one, and by the end we reach on the 30th day, we forget. We say, yaar, abhi tak result nahi aaya hai, like what to do and why to do it. But you will start getting good results only when you maintain this consistency. Maintain, try it, put a target of 40 days, 50 days, and I'm sure you yourself will notice the beautiful results of this particular fruit of amla. Okay, different amla recipes I've already mentioned before. It is amla detox shot. Detox shot is nothing but amla juice along with the haldi and the ginger and the peppercorns along with few curry leaves. Amla ginger pachadi, I mean the pickle everybody knows. We keep it to store. We keep this in the salt, and whenever needed, we remove the amla pieces. Just add the what do you say, chili powder along with haldi and mustard seeds and oil, and then we make it fresh pickle, and we can have it. Masala tea I have already mentioned. Candy murabba I have already mentioned. In day-to-day recipes, traditional recipes, amla risam is very common down in the south. So you can just boil it the same method like how you prepare your tomato rasam, you can use this amla rasam also. Amla rice is, one of the best rice. We usually are so used to eating the tamarind rice. In South India, we call it so much. I mean, pulihora is one of the most, what do you say, favorite food among people. But rather, in this particular season, if you can supplement it with amla rice, the taste is the same, but the benefits are more. So supplement it with the amla rice. The same method you can do it. Most common preparations that amla is there and we use it commonly is nisha amalaki, as I have mentioned before, especially in diabetic patients, the borderline diabetic patients. For real diabetic patients who have established diabetic issues, for them we have better preparations. But then in such conditions, we give this nisha amalaki. Yeah, amla pulihora I used to prepare. Okay, great, Valiji. Mostly I am pitta type, but in winters it is vata. Okay, Shruti ji, we will talk about this. So accordingly, when you know the proper detailed Prakriti analysis, only then you will have an idea. You can always connect with me for that. So Nisha Amalaki is one preparation that I keep speaking about. Chavanprash, everybody has heard about it. Chavanprash is the children's favorite, limited to children's favorite. But believe me, Chavana was a rishi who took this Chavanprash with an intention to stay alive forever. Anti-aging, Vayasthapana. Before, as I mentioned in the previous slides, the Amla is responsible for Vayasthapana or anti-aging. So Chavanprash, the major quantity of Chavanprash, Amla is the main content of it. Amla oil, which I've already spoken about. Triphala Churnam, one of the main ingredients in Triphala Churnam is also Amla. Dhatri Loham is there. Amalaki Mashi is there. All these are the different medicinal preparations of Amla. Okay. Now let me talk about the most common mistakes that many people do, not me, not you, and that is mostly done out of ignorance. So mixing amla with milk. There is a real bad combination. You know that milk is very, very gentle, very pure. Any sort of sour thing. Most of the times what we do is chawanprash खा के दूध पीना है. Chyawanprash and milk is a good combination because there's a lot of jaggery and other medicinal preparations are there. But many people, what they do is, even just because it should be healthy, what they do is just add the amla powder with the milk. Yes, and they take it, but it's a very bad combination. So never take it with milk. Rather, always consume amla powder with water only, and that too, preferably normal or warm water. Eating too much at once. I have a friend who loves sour taste, and when this season comes, she will actually start eating minimum 3 to 4 or 4 to 5 amlas in a day. It can be taken, but then depending on the age, depending on your prakriti, it is variable. Large quantity of amla can cause harm. Believe me, anything in moderation. When it is less, it is good. But when it is taken too much out of proportion, even amritam, even the elixir, when taken in more quantity, can become like a poison. Similarly, too much of amla consumption is not good. So I wouldn't recommend that the same day you take amla shot, the same day you make amla pulihora, same day you make amla rasam. No. Let the platter be scattered. Like, the day you take amla in the morning, avoid amla later. But if you're planning to make pulihora, avoid the morning part of amla. So once in a day, taking minimum quantity, I mean little quantity of amla is enough for you. Then it shouldn't be taken with cold food. Very important. Most of the people on social media, if you have seen ginger amla shot karke, they are making and putting it in a fridge and they will add it to water and drink it cold. Very harmful for the body. Believe me, amla has a property which is a coolant. It's a very coolant, good coolant. But if again by external sources we cool it, we refrigerate it, we freeze it, and then take it, that can create more kapha related issues in the body. So avoid taking it with cold food. I mean, taking it as a cold food. Using during high acidity flare up, that you have to remember. When you have acute gastritis, just because amla is good, amla is very good for health, I tell you, you should avoid taking amla during flare up condition. See, it is suitable for all the three body types. I totally agree, and I'm telling you the same that it can be taken. But when you have acute acid flare-ups or ulcerative condition, amla should be avoided or can be taken under a proper doctor supervision. We have a particular amla preparation where we call it Amalaki mashi. Such preparation in very, very moderate or minor quantities can be given in such conditions. And the most important thing is thinking it's just vitamin C. That's bad. Now, till now, you must have understood how important amla is, and labeling it as just vitamin C is very, very wrong. Because I have told you before, it is a good source of vitamin C. It is a very good source to improve your insulin resistance. It's a very good antioxidant. It is also helping you, to treat your acidity or a anti-aging drug. One of the most important point, which I have not mentioned till now, it also is responsible for improving your skin health. That's why amla actually, now you must have seen in winters, usually your skin dries up, right? It becomes very dry. Uh, any amount of moisturizer application still cannot make it moist and nice. But in such conditions, when we take amla in different forms, it helps in proper collagen formation, which takes care of the skin health. That's why when women take amla for a long time, we can call them santur moms. You must have seen the santur ad where a woman is using santur regularly and then she never ages. Similarly, which may be true or false, whatever. But in case of amla, if you have actually been using amla for a long time, or now if you start using amla from today or tomorrow, you will actually see the difference within 40 days in terms of your skin health, in terms of your hair health, in terms of your general health, right? Next, when amla should be avoided. Inactive acidity conditions, as I've said, when you have diarrhea or loose motions, it should be avoided. Post surgery recovery, where the health is little poor or the appetite is low or any major surgeries have happened, don't just take it in raw form. Rather, consult a Ayurvedic doctor. And then, according to your body type, you can use it. And when you have very, very low appetite, because again, as I said, in concentrated forms or in larger quantity, it can cause harm, right? Consult an Ayurvedic doctor for proper dosage and for personalized medicine. Now I'm taking this AMLA webinar in general, but see, if you have any health related issues, please consult me before you start the acute dosage. But in general, every day, anybody other than all these acute conditions, you can use it in powder form or raw form or murabba form, which I've already told you. Yes. Next. So, who should use Amla? I would say now, according to what I have told you till now, everybody should use Amla. Believe me. Amla is that one drug. And one more spiritual thing I wanted to add here, which I skipped in the previous slide. It is believed, it is believed that Amla came from Brahma's tears. So when he was meditating and when he realized and he opened his eyes to give, betterment for the humankind, how the human life can become better. That time, through his tear, the Amla tree or the Amla fell. Imagine the spiritual importance this has. This is one aspect. The second, even in Tibetan medicine, Amla is considered as fruit of immortality, not limited only in India, but even in Tibetan medicine, which is also very, very rich traditional medicine, talks about fruit of immortality. So this is it. So everybody should be using. Students, how and why? Students have this issue of early graying nowadays, so that can take care. Students also have immunity related issues because they are growing, sometimes the digestion is not good, or cold and cough related issues. Taking amla regularly will take care of the immunity. Working professionals, because we don't have time, we have very high stressful conditions. In such case, when amla is taken in proper quantity, will improve your, gut health. In terms, help your mental status also. Because I spoke in the previous status about how gut and mind are connected. Parents or all elderly people, women especially, very, 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 very important. Your periods related issues, your skin related issues, your hormone related issues, Amla actually is a very, very good friend. That's why all these traditional pujas or whatever women do, especially during this particular season, Amla has a very important role to play in such conditions, right? Seniors, as I said, Vayasthapana means anti-aging. You can start taking it in different forms. Also, it is a very good Rasayana drug, means a very good rejuvenator, or rather improve all the quality of your body tissues. People having low immunity, people having fatigue and acidity, people having hair fall and skin problem, fitness enthusiasts who really want to remain healthy. Such people also can be using Amla. As I said, suitable for all body types when used correctly. Okay, so it's almost 1 hour that we have started. I want to present here some FAQs, just the frequently asked questions that keep coming to me and that is there also on the social media. Let me take the first question here, and after that we'll have a nice proper question answer session. So here the most common question that I'm asked is, can Amla be taken daily? Answer is yes. Safest Rasayana for long term. Many medicines or many food items cannot be taken daily. But Amla is an exception, and Amla can be taken daily, all the 365 days of the year. Okay, every day, even if it is taken regularly, it will not cause harm. Rather, it acts as a rasayana or the rejuvenator. Best time to take it? The question is, what is the best time to take this Amla? Best is especially in the morning on empty stomach, because on an empty stomach there is highest absorption of the nutrients. That's why all the rasayana drugs or all the anti-aging or the rejuvenating drugs in Ayurveda are given on empty stomach. But of course, as I said before, I have already mentioned the pros and cons and who should be taking, who should not be taken, all that to be considered, but should be taken on empty stomach or before lunch. In some case, if you have say other drugs are there. There are people who have to take hypothyroid drugs. And
ఇరిటేట్ చేస్తే గట్టిగా వాత పెడతాను చెప్తున్నా.
Bhargavi, can you just mute, please? Yeah. So, in such cases, it can be avoided, but otherwise, everybody can take, and the best time is empty stomach or before lunch. In very few cases, especially in issues related to their eyes, in such cases, in very moderate quantity with proper doctor supervision, we also give amla at night. Okay, one of the best drug for improving your eye health. Very, very good chakshushya. As I spoke about children, why children should be using or why students should be using amla is because that takes care of your refractive errors, your eye related issues, your redness, your so-called dry eye syndrome. All these eye related issues, amla is one of the best drug. It can take care. Who should avoid? People having hypotension or low BP, very low sugars, because as I told you before also, amla has very good insulin sensitivity. It improves your insulin sensitivity. So people already having very low sugar levels should be avoiding amla in regular basis. Severe vata patients or people who have too dry skin or too much of bloating or too much of vata related issues, in such cases either it should be avoided or can be taken with ghee or oil, which is opposite nature, which will actually balance the vata element in the body. Who should, and also in acute gastric case, which I've already mentioned, does it worsen acidity? No. Believe me, in acute gastric cases, it should be avoided. But people who want to actually take care of their acidity related issues, now it's fine, but sometimes I get acidity, doctor. I don't have it on a regular basis. In such cases, amla will not cause you harm. Rather, amla has this beautiful property that it improves your digestion. It is improving your metabolism. It improves your pitta, but not the heat in the body. Rather, amla is a very good coolant also in the body. It does not create heat, but it improves your gastric juices. It improves your metabolism. That is how it helps. So it will not worsen your acidity. But in acute condition, it should be avoided. But rather, once you consult your doctor under medical supervision of an Ayurvedic doctor, you can take it with different, what you say, adjuvants, we call them. Like it can be taken with ghee, or it can be taken in murabba format, or you can change the timing. It can be taken in Amalaki mushy format, that is a burnt powder. Such different formats can be taken. Is it safe in pregnancy? One of the most common question. Yes, it is safe, but in small quantity, and it should be in food form. Like it can be in pickle form, it can be in murabba form, in such not very acute or harsh. In such format, you can take amla. Okay, now the session is open for question and answer. Let me end here my what do you say, session. Of course, there's little more to explain to you all, but then the major part that I wanted to talk about Amla, how good it is, how it can be taken, and how different age groups can use it in different methods, and how important it is. And it should not be like a forgotten system. Rather, as I said, we use lemon to the largest quantity, but if you consider the nutritional values of amla is more superior. See, there is no comparison. But what I'm trying to tell you is we should be able to revive the lost tradition to improve our health. So if you have any question, no question is small. Let me just stop my screen sharing here. Okay. Okay, why is okay? We have questions here. Can we add amla in vegetable juice like carrot, beetroot, and ashgard? Yes, Valigaru, we can add. But then the concept of juice itself is not promoted by Ayurveda, because, as I said, fiber content is very, very important. So, what we do is when we make juice, the fiber content is lost because you're actually grinding it, and we end up eating larger quantities of vegetable. Rather, when you cook carrot or beetroot curry or ashgard curries, that is a good form. But instead of making combined juice of different vegetables like this and then adding amla is not a right way. But if you're taking ashgard juice independently, if your digestion is good, and if you're taking carrot juice independently, then in such cases, yes, you can add amla. But then preferably try to avoid any juice formats. Rather, go for steamed and cooked formats of these kinds of vegetable. Okay, why is amla called Rasayana in Ayurveda? Yes, I've got a question here. What is Rasayana and why Amla is called? Amla is called Rasayana. See, as I said, there are seven tissues in the body. I know this looks a little bit heavy here, explaining the Ayurvedic terms, and I'm trying to simplify it, but yeah, it may sound a bit difficult here. Rasa, Rakta, Mausa, Meda, Asthi, Majja, Shukra are the seven tissues in the body. We know about, we know about skin, we know about fat, we know about bone marrow, we know about blood, we know about lymph. All these are the different body elements. Similarly, Ayurveda has classified the different body tissues into seven types. Okay, and it starts with Rasa, Rakta, Mausa, Meda, Asthi, Majja, Shukra. That is the seven elements. The Rasayana word starts with a Rasa word, Rasa, the first element in the body. Amla is one of the best drug which actually nourishes your rasadhatu. And once it nourishes your rasadhatu, or the first body element, it will keep nourishing the rasa, will nourish the rakta will nourish the mausa, meda, asti, majja, shukra. That's why this particular fruit, which is pancharasa, or having the five taste, and when we add salt to it, becomes shadarasa, because it is a balanced meal when taken on regular basis. Of course, following all the other food restrictions, your other lifestyle habits, when it is taken on a long term basis, every day for that matter, it acts like a proper rejuvenator, rasayana drugs. See, when a patient comes to us, our like how we deal with a patient is, when a patient comes to us, we take a case history, we try to treat the present symptom. Once the present symptoms are taken care, the doshas or the vata pitta comes under balance, the disease is treated. We do not stop there. Treatment is not complete till we make a patient healthy. And that is where Rasayana therapy has an action. This is where Ayurveda is superior. where Ayurveda talks about uh, what you say, improving the patient health. Prophylaxis, the general drug term that we use is prophylaxis. Prophylaxis is nothing but improving your health after a disease condition. Rasayana drugs are like that, and Amla is one of the best Rasayana drugs. Hope this is clear. Okay. Next question. Can children, elderly, and diabetes take Amla regularly? Yes, they can take regularly. The way I have, told, according to body type, it varies. According to season, it varies. According to age, it varies. So if you have acid-related issues, already flared up condition, please consult a doctor and then use it. Now, already acute gastric issue is there, and if you try to take just because I have told, or just because somebody has told, or just because it's there in the social media. If you take a amla shot, the highest extract or the sour form of shot, amla juice, that can cause a problem. Rather, elderly people, if they are not diabetic, best way to take amla is through Chawanprash. Chawanprash is amla along with 50 other herbs. In a proper method, it is prepared. So that way you can take it. Amla Rasayana powder is the safest. Other than the seasonal part, if you have to take Amla powder, according to your body type, you can identify your body type, and then either with honey or with ghee or with water or oil, you can take it. Right? In children also, it is regularly used. Many people ask me this question that children don't want to take it, but they will like to take it only in candy form. Candy, if given in a larger quantity every day because it has got too much of sugar or sweetness, can be a problem. But if given a small quantity and habituate the children to take juice along with honey, that would be a better option. And in diabetic patients, it is one of the best superior drug. And because it is not a medicine, this can be taken like a everyday diet part of yours. I would not consider taking amla independently like a medicine. Rather, it is like a part of your diet. Many people can take it in just, you can store amla in salt water and take it regularly, just one amla or just two pieces of that in your regular diet. So diabetics or elderly people or children, even if they use it regularly, it will not cause any issue. Is amla treating anemia, skin diseases? Yes. Anemia, it treats, because as I said, amla is one of the best rasayana drugs. It improves your rasadhatu. But amla, as I said, not only one drug, but considering all the other restriction, like your good habits, food habits, like taking food on time, sleeping on time, eating well, achieving your food, along with proper lifestyle and mental status, along with that, when you start using amla, because it is richest source of vitamin C, responsible for, because it is richest source of not only vitamin C but ascorbic acid, as I said, which is responsible for cell formation. So it is also improving your, it treats your anemic conditions. That's why Navayasa Loha is one preparation in Ayurveda which helps in improving your HB condition, which is having amla in that. Dhatri Loha. So amla, when taken with iron preparation, is very, 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 very good in treating your anemic condition. So Dhatri Loha is one preparation which will be very useful in treating anemia. Okay. When and how to take Triphala, which has Amla. Every Triphala has Amla, madam. Shruti Gara, every Triphala. Triphala is nothing but combination of Amalaki, Haritaki, and Bibhitaki in equal quantity. So when you have to take Triphala, see, according to time and according to the what you say, vehicle or adjuvant it is taken with, it changes the condition. Like if you are taking Amla for constipation, it is supposed to be taken with warm water at night. Sorry, Triphala, not Amla. Triphala, if you are using it for constipation, then you can take it at night. If you are using it for rejuvenation or Rasayana Karma, you can take Amla in the morning along with honey or warm water, or according to your body type, it can be taken even with ghee or it can be taken with oil. Triphala can be taken like that. Triphala can be taken before food to improve your appetite. So Triphala is very, very useful in multiple conditions, but also like a very, very good mild laxative also. So it can be taken morning, afternoon, night, depending on the situation that you want to address. Triphala also is very, very useful drug for your eye health. But Triphala is best if taken with honey at night for your eye health. So if children are having any eye related issues, or many people, we believe that after 40 we get this, short sightedness, eye related issues. In such cases, if you want to avoid these glasses problem, best thing is start taking Triphala or start taking Amla with honey at night, and that will take care of your eye condition, right? When and how to take Triphala? Yes, I have addressed that question. How does Amla repair immunity, digestion, and skin and hair all at once? Yeah, nice question. See, what happens is, as I said, Amla is one of the best, richest antioxidant. So it boosts your collagen. Collagen is responsible for taking care of your skin conditions. Also, vitamin C in the amla, as I said again, is very good to improve your immunity. Also, digestion because it acts on your liver. And hair, externally, when you apply amla oil, it takes care of the pitta. The excess heat in the body is taken care with the pitta. And internally, when you start using amla, the pitta dosha or people having heat related issues, the pitta in the body calms down and that takes care of the digestion. So all at once can be addressed by taking regularly the amla. Only thing you have to remember, please consult a doctor and understand what is your body type, how useful it is, in what ways you can take it. Now, from the time like November to February, raw form is available. From February, we can use the powder format. So in different formats it can be used, but try to use it throughout the year forever, and it will be really showing a lot of difference in your health. Yes, is amla safe for everyone? Who should avoid it? I have told before, people having diarrhea, who have acute acidity related issues, or people with already low sugar levels, or people with what do you say, weak digestion should be avoiding amla. Star gooseberry or small also have same benefits like amla. Okay. Uh, there are, but because they are more wilder varieties, rather the main amla, the regular amla that we use is good, the best. But even these, which are available in villages, the star-shaped ones, as she has asked, those amla also has similar properties, but similar, I said, not same. But then the regular amla that we have has got more enhanced properties, right? So hope I'm able to answer all these questions. If there is any more, you can unmute and ask me, or you can actually put it in the chat box. You can put it in the chat box. But meanwhile, now that it is 12:15, I want to. Amla is a fruit. Yes, Amla is a fruit. We consider Amla as a fruit. Shruti ji, we consider Amla as fruit. Yeah, Bhargavi, thank you. Welcome. Yes, yes, yes. So you can put the questions in the chat box. I'll answer them. Before that, I want to share my screen again, if I have your permission, and explain you something. Okay. Here, now that we have learned about Amla, and hope you like this session, and now you're so curious of how it should be taken, how it can be done, and you want to learn the recipes. Of course, there's so much on the social media. Everybody is talking different ways. Everybody is saying ye form mein le lo, wo form mein le lo, but nobody knows the exact traditional way of taking it. So here, what I have done is, as an Ayurvedic doctor, I felt it's my responsibility to, share this particular information with people who are interested. So for that, we are conducting one workshop on the next Sunday, that is on 7th of December. Uh, a workshop, hands-on workshop it will be, wherein you along with me will be making different recipes of amla, the authentic recipes of how traditional dishes are made and how it can be used. And there'll be a lot of discussion there. Here is the picture. But only problem is we are having a very limited gathering because I don't want to make it like a crowd. It will be a very small gathering. Presently organized it for just 15 people, a crowd of small 15 people. And this is one of its first kind, Ayurvedic experience that we are going to do. And it'll be there on 7th of December. And I will share the details in the chat box. There'll be a Google form also where you can fill. And if you're interested, you can join me for the workshop. I'll share more details what we'll be doing here. As I said, hands-on demo on different recipes of Amla, where we are going to talk about Amla ginger shot, which can be done traditionally and how it can be stored and used regularly. Amla rice, I know everybody knows, but in a traditional format, it can be done. Here, my hero recipe, which is the hero recipe is nothing but Chawanprash. There is so much of Chawanprash available in the market, and as a doctor, I also keep prescribing a lot of Chawanprash to people. But then I realized, there was a statistics which talks about the quantity of Chawanprash which is available in the market is more than the production of Amla. Can you imagine the imbalance that is there? So we do not know the authenticity of what's coming in with a packaged Chawanprash, which we are giving to it to our children or what we are eating. Rather, I felt we can actually make it, it's a comparatively not a very difficult procedure. In smaller quantities, you can make it, you can store it, and you can use it. And for in this particular workshop, I'll be teaching about Chawanprash also. The timings for the workshop will be from 11 to 4, which includes all this, along with the lunches included, where we will be preparing all our recipes and tasting them. There'll be a lot of fun and bit of games along with all this preparation also. It's not going to be a very boring session of hands-on training for this. Very, very attractive and fun-loving discussion and all that will be there, along with this is internal preparations. Along with that, we will also be preparing different recipes for your hair care and for anti-aging and for your skincare internally and externally. The different face packs, the different hair care packs, the different oils that we can do, wherein we will be adding some special ingredients in the oil that goes well with your hair type, body type. Everything will be body type. Everything will be, as I said, very, very specific, not a very general thing. Also, you'll be getting a PDF, you'll be getting a recording of whatever session we are going to do there in the workshop. So the reference will remain with you. So these are the things that is happening. And the address or the location where this is happening is at Banjara Hills, road number 3. Very easy location, very accessible. You can come and join me for that. We will share the Mukundaru, please share the Google form in the chat box. So if anybody is interested, they can fill the Google form. Only 15 seats are there, first come, first serve. The cost that we fixed for this was 1,500, but I wanted to give something to everyone who's attending this seminar on a Sunday, taking out your time and listening to me. For them, I'm offering a very special offer price of 999, which will be including the healthy Sattvic lunch, live interaction, as I said, discussions, and a detailed PDF guide along with the recorded session of the whole workshop that is going to happen. So link will be there. You can GPay me on my number 93475 13868. I will be sharing. So anybody who wants to come in group, they will be having specific discount also. You can approach me for the same. So it's just 1 week. We are all geared up for the workshop, one of its kind, and I'm sure you will actually enjoy that. Yes. So, my last slide here, Ayurveda is not in books. It is in your breath, it is in your food, it's in your awareness. So, you should be living, Ayurveda is not just jadi booty or what is sold on the roads, just taking all those herbs and this and that. Ayurveda talks about lifestyle, Ayurveda talks about thought process, Ayurveda talks about how you have to breathe, how you have to eat, how you have to think, how you have to be aware. So much of depth is there in the science. So be in my group where I'll be sharing regularly the updates of, Ayurveda related many issues and many health conditions. There are people who have been traveling with me. They know how passionate I am. So my social media pages are there. You can visit my website here, drsatyadeepa.com. More details will be there. My blogs will be there. So you can reach out to us. The link will be there in the website also for registration. So you can join us for the workshop. Just a second. Let me go to any more questions you can ask me. Yes. Okay. For 100 ml of hair oil, how much quantity of amla powder we can add? Minimum 2 spoons to 3 spoons, ma'am. If it's a raw powder, 3 to 4 spoons is more than enough. If not, if you have raw amla, the amla, raw amla, you can just take 5 to 6 amlas because it's just 100 ml, a small quantity. So just 5 to 6 amlas, you can crush them or make pieces. You can make pieces of 3 amlas and add it, and you can make juice of 2 amlas and add it and mix it well till it turns dark, not burnt but turns dark, until the water part or the crackling sound evaporates. Allow it to cool, filter it, store in a glass container, and use it regularly. Yes. How long does it take for Amla to show visible changes in my body and energy levels? Yes. See, it all depends again. If you are a already healthy person, the results will be very, very fast. Say maybe even in a week's time, you will be seeing the improved energy changes and everything. But if you are a person who's already suffering with multiple illness, you have fatigue issues, or you have myalgia, or you have inflammatory changes and such condition, or you have your gut related issues, in such case, it will take time. It will take time, and it just doesn't happen ki aapne amla le liya and just the next day you feel, no, my energies have, I've become like a superman. That won't happen. Please, you have to understand that you will have to consult an ayurvedic doctor, address your health issue, take care of that, and simultaneously start using the amla according to your body type, and minimum of 2 weeks to 3 weeks you will start seeing minimum changes, right? Does amla help with stress, mood, and mental clarity? Yes. As I said, amla has an influence on your gut, on the gut bacteria. Naturally, when your gut bacteria or your gut health is good, naturally it will influence your mental health. The moment you must have seen any person who is irritable or angry, especially children, they will not be able to express their anger, they will not be able to express their hunger. Rather, they will express their hunger or unhappiness by behaving very cranky or moody or very irritable. But a mother can understand a child's psychology, and when she feeds the child with some good food or nourishing food, immediately the baby or the person calms down. Even we, when we are angry, you must have seen that ad of Perk, where a person is there. There's this beautiful ad, you can see that, wherein a person is very hungry and the whole character changes. He becomes very irritable and mad, and all that. But the moment he gets some food, immediately he calms down. Right? So Amla does help in your improving your stress, mood, and mental clarity. Yes. Bhargavi, preparing Amla juice and storage in refrigerator for a long time, is it good? Frankly speaking, not very good. So what I suggest is, this whole month till we are in till February, we can actually prepare fresh juice regularly and consume that. But in case you are a busy working professional and it's not possible to do that, because see, we always have to have a plan B. Sometimes it is not possible that every day you just take to amla, create a juice, drink. Instead, rather what we will do is we will leave that habit. Rather, what you can do is prepare the juice that I said, store it in an ice tray, remove the 2 cubes, put it in a cup, add a cup of warm water, and allow the ice to melt. Okay. And then once it becomes warm, then you can take it. Because, yeah, one more most important point I forgot to tell you here is, we know that when vitamin C is heated, it becomes useless. Especially that's why we never heat lemon juice. What we do is, when we cook and once it cools down or once we switch off the gas, we will add the lemon. But the superiority of amla lies in the thing that the vitamin C in the amla cannot be destroyed with heat. That's why in all the preparation related to vitamin C, we heat it. Like when you make Amla Murabba, when you make Amla, Chawanprash, or when you make Amla oil, because of the richest source of polyphenols, which will actually maintain the vitamin C in the Amla, protects it. It will not allow it to destroy. And it has been proved by the modern science. That's why Amla has been a major part of all our antioxidants. That's why. So you can actually heat it, you can preserve it. But as I said, the best would be making it juice, fresh juice every day, right? What should I not eat or do while taking amla? Are there any rules? Yes. When you're taking amla, as I said, you're not supposed to take milk. Amla, because it is in sour form, you can have milk, not the same time. But once the amla is digested, now you have taken amla either in fresh form, or you have taken amla in juice form, or you have taken in powder form. Do not combine it with milk, fresh milk. Rather, any powder or any food will take minimum 2.5 hours of time of digestion. So you can take milk or other products later. So in acute condition of acid flare-ups, you can avoid, but otherwise, especially too sour foods, or many people what they do is, because it's an amla season and kaise bhi mujhe amla khana hai, I have to eat amla. So what people do is, for that sake, what they do is they will take larger quantity of pickles, which again is not advisable. Larger quantity of pickle. If you have to have amla, just the two pieces. If you're not a pitta prakriti person, then you can have amla, but always take it with ghee. Amla pickle can be taken with food every day, but just the first three morsels of food along with ghee. Very, very, very important, because ghee again is a very counter for the spiciness of the chilies that we have added in the pickles, right? Can amla reverse inflammation, acidity, premature graying? Yes, it can. In younger age people, I have noticed kids having a early graying of hair. Amla has been doing the wonders. Instead of going for simple coconut oil or Bringaraja Thailam or any other hair oil, so many hair oils are there in the market. But if you can prepare hair oil with amla and use it regularly, premature graying of hair can be taken care. But as I said, conditions apply. You have to be very careful with your diet. You have to be very careful with your lifestyle habits. You have to be very careful with what and how you have been taking. Right? Okay. Is amla really better than vitamin C supplements? 100%. 100%. The reason is because anything that is natural is easily absorbable. Even modern science has proved the factor that any synthetic preparation, may it be vitamin C, may it be calcium, may it be any other synthetic thing that we are preparing in the lab and taking it, is not absorbed till the highest. Rather, there are chances that that particular thing can get accumulated in the body, or rather, at the max, thrown out of the body. We spend thousands of rupees on vitamin C supplements, on calcium supplements, and everything, but we do not get the benefit because if it is synthetic, body is not prepared to absorb it. See, I'll tell you one thing. If your metabolism is good, if your digestion is good, you do not need any of the supplement. The basic food that you take, the minimum, the best food that you take, if it is digested well, absorbed well, then it takes care of the whole system and the whole body. But if there's any problem related to your gut, if there's any problem related to your absorption, that is where you will be having nutritional deficiencies, and in turn, you will be having diseased conditions. Now, let me put forth this statement just to make you think. If calcium supplements were the best, if vitamin C supplements were the best, then why people who have been using so much of calcium for ages together are not healing their bones? That is because already for some reason, maybe age factor, maybe your absorption factor, for multiple reason, the food that we eat, For multiple reasons, the metabolism is not proper. That's why the absorption is not happening properly. And once there is that decreased absorption, there is no nutritional, what you say, care taken by the body. Your nutrition will not reach the body and it is being excreted. Rather, if you want to improve your immunity, focus on your gut. That's the most important thing. Yes, 12:31. I hope I'm clear here. I would be, you can unmute and tell me how you felt the webinar, sorry, the masterclass was. And if you have any questions, please unmute and talk to me, ask me the question. You can. We will keep it open for 5 more minutes because we started at 12:30, sorry, 10:35. So 11:05. So we will just extend the time for 5 more minutes. If you have any more doubts related, I hope Mukund, Bhargavi Garu, and Valliji, all your questions have been answered. If you still have any doubts, you can ask me. You can be in touch. You can put it in the group. Luckily, we have created this community inner circle. Be in that group where all your questions related to health will be answered. You can ping me on my number. My number is visible to you. You can message me. I will try to address all those issues and everything in the particular group. Or you can actually personally consult me also on my number. I work at Jivaasri Ayurvedic Wellness, Barkatpura. I am a consultant there. So for any health related issues or Panchkarma support that you need, you can come and meet me at the center also at Jivaasri. Yes. Any more questions? If not, if you can just switch on your camera, let me take a nice screenshot. Keep it like a memory for me because you have been a great, what do you say, audience today. For me, I've actually enjoyed it. So many questions, and yeah, it was nice. So if you can just switch on the camera, I'll be very happy. Hi, Wali. Thank you. Thank you. Anybody more? Bhargavi, Mukund Garu, please switch on your camera so that we can take a small screenshot. Yes, Prashamsa. Nice. Thank you. I don't know. I didn't get a question. I was waiting for one question whether B12 can be taken care with Amla. So even if nobody has asked me, I will answer this question. Many people believe nowadays every person who is going to the lab has this, B12 deficiency related issues. And believe me, even vegetarians, and everybody says that only vegetarians will suffer with this problem. But believe me, not necessary. In the olden days, now also if you see in the vegetarian group of people, they do not have any B12 deficiency. But then people having gut related issues surely have a B12 deficiency. So always address your gut health so that your B12 or your D3 or your calcium or your magnesium, the so-called all the micro and the macronutrients are taken care of, all your health issues are taken care. Well, yes, if you can just switch on the camera, let me take a nice screenshot. Thank you. Mukund garu, can you take a screenshot here for me, please? We'll put a nice hands up. I'll take it to my mobile also. Hands up, I mean, thumbs up. Sorry, not hands up, thumbs up. Thank you to all the people off the camera also for bearing with me in this session. Hope you liked it. You can put your comments and tell how you felt it, how you liked it. And thank you for that. Thank you so much. Yes, so I'll end the meeting now. If you have any more question, you can actually message me personally. Thank you.